Alright, this is a brand new effect that I call the Metamorphosis. It's inspired by a Harry Houdini book, and this is a card trick about Harry Houdini. Harry and Bessie, I call it. And it's a really cool effect. So this card right here, the King of Spades, represents Harry Houdini. Okay. Then I hand out the deck. I have spectators shuffle the deck all they want. They can legitimately shuffle it, and then I just go like this. I start to deal the cards down. Have them spectators say stop whenever they want. So let's say they said stop right there. Okay. If they would have gone one more card, it would have been the Ten of Hearts. Okay. They didn't go one more card, so we'll take the card right where they stopped at. And they could have selected any one of these cards. All the cards are in fact different, as you can see. Every card has a mate, see? So Harry Houdini has his mate, which is the Queen of Spades. See? You could have stopped anywhere. You stopped right on Bessie. So Harry and Bessie, they met in the carnival, okay, when he's performing for her. Long story short, at one time, before they hit the big time, they were so poor they had to eat their rabbits, which is kind of funny. That's in the olden days, but what happened is as soon as Harry started getting his magic act together, he invented this effect called Metamorphosis. So I show this box, I show it completely empty, okay? And this is going to be a little mini illusion with I'm going to demonstrate with a pack of cards. I'll take the lovely assistant Bessie, place her into the box, and lock it up like this, okay? So you can see her and you can hear her inside there, okay? Now, what happened was Harry Houdini would stand on top of the box and he would actually make the metamorphosis. It's like so. So we say the magic words, abracadabra, and as you can see, it changes into Bessie right there. And then lo and behold, hiding behind, inside the box, we have the great Harry Houdini. And that is the story of how Harry Houdini and Bessie, that's the story of how they fell in love. Oh, isn't that cool? Alright, this is my original card effect, what I call the Metamorphosis, and it is inspired by reading a Harry Houdini book. And this is your setup, okay? You have the King of Hearts and the Queen of Hearts face to face, and you're going to hide that underneath the box, okay? That's going to be over on the side of the mat. Okay? So you just want to be careful not to flash anything. It's just sitting there. Now, you have, depending on if you're going to have them shuffle first or whatnot, if they shuffle first, that's fine. You can have them shuffle the deck, and that's legitimate shuffle. You say, I'm going to take out Harry Houdini. Now, as you go to take out the King of Spades, what you're doing is you're just going to do a reverse Hofsazerkull of the Queen of Spades like this, just with your thumb. And this would be towards yourself. They won't see this. You're just going to let it ride right to the bottom, the Queen of Spades. Okay? Now, what you've done is you've secretly got the Queen of Spades on the bottom, right? You've taken out Harry Houdini. You're going to talk about Harry Houdini and what a great magician and escape artist he was, and in the patter, okay, that you're going to use with this, because adding the emotional element is a really important part. Now, you've got the Queen of Spades secretly on bottom. Now what you're going to do is a selection process as you deal the cards down, and what you're going to essentially do is a double deal. It's a very deceptive move. As you deal the cards, kind of make them in a little haphazard pile here, and you'll see why. You want to be a little messy like this. Because once you've dealt down about 10 cards, then you say, you can say stop whenever you'd like. I won't influence you anytime you want. Now, when they say stop, let's say they said stop there, you say, okay, now let's imagine you would have gone one more card. And you turn this face up. Now, your middle finger is going to buckle right on the corner here, okay? Then your first finger is going to grab between your right middle finger is going to grab that card in between your left first finger and middle finger like this, okay? And this is what you're going to do. You're going to do a double deal. You're going to deal down not only the jack, but the bottom card, and it's going to coalesce in the pile like that, okay? So it's going to be like that. Now, you're going to pause and say, you know, if you would have dealt a couple more cards, these are the cards you would have stopped on. Ace of Spades and Jack of Hearts, but you didn't. You stopped here. So you take this card, and you take it out, and you say, look, you've emphasized the fairness of this. You could have stopped anywhere. You had a 1 in 51 chance, right? Then you turn that over and you say, every card has a mate. And there's Harry's mate, Bessie. King of Spades and Queen of Spades, right? So it's a cool little stop trick, you know, and that's not the most powerful thing, but every move that you do is going to add up. When you change one thing to your routine, everything changes, okay? So what you're going to do is there's all kinds of different effects that you can use with this, like transpositions and other things, but I'll get into that in other videos. You know, there's two-card money and there's all kinds of cool plots. But for this, I'm going to keep it simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the box. Now when I pick up the box, remember I have hidden underneath it those two cards. So I'm going to pick up the box. I'm going to add that on top as I open the box like this and show that this is empty. And I talk about one of Harry Houdini's most famous illusions, which is the Metamorphosis. And what I've done is I've added these Queen of Hearts and King of Hearts, which are faced secretly on the top, right? Very simple. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to keep the deck in your hand, and here's the reason why. You're going to talk about creating a mini illusion of the Metamorphosis, and you're going to take Bessie and you're going to say, look, she's locked inside the box and she's all tied up, she's inside here. Now when you close this here, you start to close this, okay? But you tilt this, you close it towards yourself, and towards yourself what happens is your thumb pushes this card back, meaning that this card, see, is on the outside of the flap of the case, because what you're going to do is when you can shake it like this, okay? But when you shake it, you have to be careful your fingers on top, because you don't want it to come flying out, because what's going to happen is you're going to go like this. I'm going to show you from back here. And your thumb is kind of smashing in where this where the flap of the box is, because when you smash it a little bit, not too much, your thumb's going to be able to peel that card back out, see? So you're going to do that in a gesticular move as you shake. Now when you shake, you're going to do a subtlety, and you're going to set down the deck, okay? And see, you've got the Queen of Spades over here, secretly. Now you're going to do a subtlety of Alan Ackerman, and that is you're going to scratch with your first fingernail on the box. See, and I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds like something's in there, and it's a great illusion. Now, you want to make sure that this doesn't go in like this. This is an old box. You want to use a new box when you do it. This one's just, it's older, so it's staying bent, but with a new box it wouldn't do that. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to set the box down. You're going to give this card a toss in the air. You can do the boomerang card or any kind of flourish you want, just for a little time killer there. But it's also to show that this is a singularity. So the reason for toss it in the air and letting them check it out is so that they know there's only one card there. Now, as you talk about, they would raise the curtain and lower the curtain, and you make a gesture with your hand. It's to create some misdirection, because what you're going to do over here is you have the card here, and meanwhile you've obtained a pinky break on the Queen of Spades, the top card of the pack. And the reason for this hand is you say they would cover it with a curtain, raise the curtain, and lower the curtain. Okay, and you just make a gesture with your hand, and that's so that you can, as they're looking at your hand, waving over here, talking about this, you're actually going to steal that back and do the Darin push off. So that's all done. So by the time you come back, see, you've got the double here. So it's also to show the hand empty. There's different reasons there. But now you're going to do the Bob Hummer change, the hover change, which is going to be like this. You're going to hold the box here, okay? Now, as you wave here, the Hummer change is, it will look like this, okay? And the way that that works is, as your first finger curls in, okay, these three fingers are going to go like this, and it's going to happen real fast. I'm doing it slow here. First finger curls in, then these three fingers go to here, and then you release. See? So I'll do that again. It's going to be real fast. Your first finger comes in, these three fingers go here, and you flip. So it's a real quick flip. You could do that change if you don't like that particular change. You can do the shapeshifter change or the shake change. There's all kinds of changes you can do. The shapeshifter change would look like this, okay? And what that is you're holding with your middle finger and thumb here, and when you release off of your thumb, of your left thumb, it's going to flip it around. That's Mark DeSouza's shapeshifter change. Okay? Another change that you can do is the shake change. As you wave here, you can just flip over with your ring finger here and your first finger. You can just flip that around, so that will look like that. There's all kinds of things you can do. Just do your favorite change there, right? But now what you've done is you've got this here, and this is a double here. You want to be casual in the way you handle it. But now when you turn this over, okay, you're going to add that on, just like that. And that's adding the King of Spades to the back of the box. Okay, and that's done secretly as you come down like that, okay? So now look what you've gotten here. You've got the king hidden behind, right? So when you open the box, kind of go towards yourself a little. Your thumb goes in, and you're going to pretend to pull that out, okay? And that will be like that. So now for the final part of the trick, what I do is I pick up the deck and I show, just a little fan, I show, you know, the cards all to be different. And as I close the fan, I pinky count here, break on the top two cards, which is, remember, the Queen of Hearts and King of Hearts. Now you're going to say, and that's how Harry Houdini and Bessie, you know, you can make a joke, you know, where babies come from. Friction, you can do some friction. And you're going to do the Ed Marlo radical change, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to secretly add on those two cards to the back as you're toying with these cards, okay, like that. Then now you have all four cards here, okay? You're going to thumb off the queen. Now you're going to hold this here, and you're going to flip here. Now you're going to do the paintbrush change, okay? But you're going to release everything like that. Just say that's the story of how Harry and Bessie fell in love. So it's a nice little effect about Harry Houdini and Bessie. So I hope you like that. Hope you enjoy that. Thank you very much.